have an update on the brightdust situation. We have Divide, who has done a video actually breaking down the information for us. So shout out, the link will be down to them. I don't think I've ever watched them before, but this was, like I said, posted on my channel. So we're going to react to that, and then there's some other things that have popped up that we want to talk about, right?
Before I continue, here's the brightdust gains comparison on screen. Let that sink in.
Okay. Hold on. There it is. All right, I'm just doing that for a minute. So in 2020, you could get 86K per 6 months, and now you can only get about a little bit above half of that for 6 months. Yeah, that's pretty fucking obvious that Bungie is being a dickhead. And it's funny, just let's look at it. It's funny because Bungie, god dang it, even chat is in the way. You do so little for more, but now you've got to do more for so little. Bungie's like, this is what I talk about, that Bungie will gaslight everyone to think that they're doing you a favor. Like, we're doing this system that is so great, but you have to do fucking more and you get less out of it. Whereas you used to just play the fucking game and you got a decent mount. Oh, holy. Like, you can't make this shit up. Like, Bungie really thinks that the community is retarded, which granted, some of them who defend this behavior are retarded. But people think that Bungie is not like, oh man, everyone's bullying and so negative to the billion-dollar company. Man, it's almost like the billion-dollar company wants to try to squeeze as much money out of you as possible. Who would have fucking thought that?
Basically, 5 years ago, you could get up to 86,400 brightdust over a 6-month period had you completed every weekly bounty every week that offered brightdust, not including events or other sources like repeatable bounties that you could grind infinitely. Now in 2025, you can grind up to 49,200 brightdust, almost half the amount in the same time frame, but for more effort. Let me clarify by more effort. By this, I mean you can get the first
everyone, I saw Scarrow glazing the shit out of this, which, by the way, I think he's completely right. This right here is fucking sweet. I love this. Fuck having to do bounties, just do the fucking thing here. If this was just the change, that'd be great. But this is being used to gaslight people here. And the big obvious thing here, which is the seasonal weeklies, those are missing too.
19,200 brightdust from the weekly seasonal track by doing the weekly challenges and finishing the reward track each week. Might take a few hours or less if you're fast, but you gotta do this every week. The other 24,000 is dependent on you grinding common and legendary orders for up to a cap of 1,000 brightdust per week. But this total calculation is assuming that you do this every single week for 6 months. Not much effort, you can do it in Cherokee, but it's boring AF. But the last 6,000...
So you can also do it in the Grasp of Avarice. Grasp of Avarice is probably the best place to do it, just because if you have a good mod setup, you don't even need to use banners. Then the thrall just keeps spawning, and it's right there at the start of the dungeon.
It is purely RNG, determined by getting exotic orders for up to 6,000 brightdust cap per season. I haven't got a single one yet.
Isn't that great? Where it used to be, you just did the fucking thing, but now they're like, hey, we're making, guys, you wanted something to do, you want something to grind. We're going to take what you were already doing and we're going to add like 30 steps to it. Isn't that great? We gave you more content, right? You're fundamentally not doing anything different, but there's more work put into it that you have to do. Isn't that great? More content, more grinding. You wanted to grind, right? This is not the grind people asked for.
And you need 30 of them. If you were specifically a brightdust farmer, your best, most efficient method would be the 2020 version. It's simple, it's basic, and it's easy.
By the way, people are gonna be like, I love this. I see people post, especially content creators, they literally will post like, I've got 30,000 brightdust. Why do I need, like, people are complaining about not having brightdust? Like, shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch. I hate those fucking people that'll post a shit ton of brightdust and use that as some kind of argument for why every other fucking person shouldn't be able to grind for Bright Dust because not everyone wants to drop their pants and have Bungie raw dog them in the ass. Like, just because you're retarded doesn't mean everyone else wants to be retardedly fucked by Bungie.
Bear in mind that there were methods back then for farming the repeatable bounties infinitely for Bright Dust as much as you wanted. Now you can only farm the legendary or exotic orders for 10 or 30 Bright Dust after the cap is reached, which, let's be real, you're unlikely to get more than a few hundred Bright Dust doing that per week, even if you do spend a lot of time grinding. The majority of the player base will not even get a tenth of this Bright Dust by the end of the season. That's my take. Your opinion is your opinion, but
listen, I used to casually grind. I wasn't a diehard grinder, but they keep changing it. Like, they changed it from how the bounties to the weekly, and now they're changing it even more. Like, it's stupid. Like, why? And they keep reinventing the wheel, not for the benefit of the player, but for their benefit. And then we have players glazing the shit out of them just because they made menu gameplay more bearable. Guys, menu gameplay is better, so now we're gonna praise Bungie, even though they're literally fucking you at the it's like, please give me more.
This system for getting Bright Dust is disgustingly bad. Don't mistake me though for the actual system overall, because the orders system is actually really good. It's just a way of getting Bright Dust isn't. I wanted to talk about this topic because I saw a post today.
I think, like, I agree. I liked the bounties. Like, you don't have to do the bounties. It's there. It's just the orange. If you remove the Bright Dust and Bright Dust was its own thing, I think the system would be fine for just getting random drops of gear, currency, experience. Like, I think that would make sense, right? I think we could all agree that would be okay, right? You know, that's what bounties were. But to attach the currency that people would use so that they don't have to swipe their card, we're talking about a free-to-play game, supposedly, and they've done nothing but to make the free-to-play worse in every fucking way possible, especially compared to, like, Digital Extremes and Warframe, where you can earn everything in the store by just playing the game. And yet they're still doing better. They're more successful than Bungie is because they didn't almost go under the dumpster like Bungie did. Like, they didn't have to sell themselves to Sony to survive. Go fucking figure.
From ePhotographer over on Reddit titled, Bungie reduced Bright Dust gains, once again, no challenges, and only 3 weekly portal objectives, granting only 50 Bright Dust each. And he goes on to say, I'm asking the community, how much are we willing to take? Expansion after expansion, they cripple our Bright Dust gains. For what reason? Well, the reason is simple. It's greed and a manipulative strategy to diminish your Bright Dust, so you eventually spend real money in the store with silver. He goes on to say that with the Edge of Fate, they remove.
I appreciate that he has 52k of Bright Dust, and yet he's not being a dickhead and trying to make it sound like people are blowing this out of proportion. Because he knows, right? And who knows? He probably got all that from grinding. But they still have founder for Soulframe. Huh?
Removed Pathfinder. With Renegades, they removed challenges. They reduced the amount gained from weekly objectives to 50, as well as the object.
I think if you're going to buy a founder pack to support a company that already has a good track record, that is completely different, in my opinion, like, than Bungie and Destiny.
From 5 to 3 and removed bounties. Are we really supposed to grind for Bright Dust 10 at a time from Portal, from active orders? We used to be able to farm for this currency. What happened? Just remove it altogether, why don't you? And he's not wrong. The fact is true that we are getting less Bright Dust every expansion for a longer recurring season. As this user pointed out, back in the day we used to get 3,600 Bright Dust per week. They removed that, then added seasonal challenges to give us Bright Dust, but season by season that Bright Dust you got diminished over time.
Someone correct me in the comments or even in chat. When this originally came out, didn't it used to give, it gives you last season it gave you 5k, but didn't it I can't speak right. Did it not give you a 10k? Like, I swear it used to give you 10k. Am I crazy?
Without you really realizing. Years later, we're now sat here getting a total of 800 per week from this track if we're looking at this the simple way, based on a weekly objective formula. Since back in the day, farming 10 Bright Dust bounties was a thing you could do infinitely, whereas now you can't do that. There's a limit. It's just such a shame to see where we've come to what we're getting now. The point is, they're lowering bright dust gains very slowly over time to make you think that what we're getting the next expansion is only a small adjustment that doesn't matter. But truth be told, is that over a 6-month period now, you get almost half of—
Here we go. Yes, completing nearly all seasonal challenges in a Destiny 2 season used to award a large bright dust, which was roughly 10k bright dust alongside other seasonal rewards, making it a significant source of currency alongside vendor bounties and seasonal pass tracks. What the fuck? Yeah, so it went from 10k to 5k, and now you get fuck k.
What you could get 5 years ago, and the Eververse prices have only inflated since then too.
Yep.
It's scummy and pathetic. What do you all think?
It is scummy and pathetic. This is
over time.
This company does not care about you. They do not give a shit. Don't let any content creator gaslight you and think that Bungie's here for you, that they're your friends. They don't give a fuck about you. Do not buy anything from their shitty ass store. Do not swipe the card. Do not support it. Don't buy the Mando bullshit. Don't buy the Krabby Patty bonus special of all the fucking colors, paying $10 for fucking blue. Thank you. That's going to be burned in my head for the rest of my life, Ingrid Joe. Fucking blue for $10. But it gets worse. It gets worse. You see, whoop, that's not it. That's not the right one. Hold on. Joe over. Let's see. Here it is. This is at the launch. This was me playing at the launch of Renegades. As you can clearly see here, this is what it looks like. And now that Renegades has been out, and well, as you can see, the peak is not, it's the weekend, and it is not doing good. Sales are down. But guess what? What's the sell? Bungie wants you. They're putting ads now in the portal, which is not new, but they're doing it now because they really want you to go to their shopping mall. It's crazy. There is literally a slot that says store, but they made a quick button to pull you to the store. And it's not bad enough. It's bad enough. It's bad enough that when you first load in, you're hit with a bunch of ads saying, buy the Mando set. Whoa. Like it's just hilarious how much fucking garbage Bungie is putting into this game, and it's all just micro trash. It is scummy. They are reducing the amount that you can get. Like, again, they're reducing the amount you can get. And that is such a massive thing to consider. Like, I think this is cool. This is great. This is fine. You get some extra loot. You play the game. This is where the scummy shit happens, man. Like, unless you're going to increase these drops dramatically, it's just scummy that you get so little and you have to work your ass off to get more out of it. Like, you have to grind the shit out of this to get a legendary, and it takes a fuck time. And by the way, I think it was bugged because I grind like 2 or 3 of these and never fucking got a legendary to even move on the meter. So it might be just broken for me. But then you have to get lucky that if you do a couple legendaries, you get an exotic version. Like, it's RNG tied to the bright dust, and it's not for the benefit of the player. Do not let anyone deceive you and make you think that this system is for your benefit. The only one that's a benefit is this, because it's bounties built in. Even then, though it doesn't even show that it gives you any experience. Like, you get 0 experience for this, by the way, unless the packages give you experience themselves. But just by doing the orders themselves, it shows nothing about experience gained. It's just the dailies and the weeklies. Bungie is the definition, the pinnacle of greed. All they care about is you swiping your card, swiping. And here's the deal. they'll put stuff like this in the shop where maybe you want to buy the Mass Effect set finally. It's finally been like a year or two that it was released, and now you can finally buy it. I mean, it takes up to 1,200 bright dust, but guess what? They're dramatically reducing how much you can earn now, so that now you're gonna feel FOMO. You're like, oh, well, I can't earn this anymore, so now I'm gonna I'm not gonna be able to buy this, Mandalorian set. So now I'm gonna have to swipe my cards, or oh god, I'm not gonna be able to get the lightsabers. Oh shit. It's all tactics from a business standpoint, and it's not there to benefit you. Do not think that Bungie cares about you. Do not swipe your money. Do not give them money for the bullshit. And don't even look at content creators. 9 out of 10 times, these content creators of all these Mandalorian sets are getting paid by Bungie. And yes, they are getting paid by Bungie. They get free silver. They are giving digital currency, which you have to spend money for. So they are giving money in the form of digital currency. And not only that, but it lets people see what Bungie's selling and encourages more sales. It is all part of the process. People who think that this is people are overblowing this, it all adds together. You got to use your brain. And only people who like to eat shit, well, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get shitification of a game that you like. And it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. It's absolutely pathetic, dude. And it's only going to get worse. People got upset about Iron Banner, the last Ash and Iron. They got upset about Iron Banner trying to give you reskinned armor instead of actually giving you promised new gear. Guess what? The only reason they felt ballsy enough to do that is because they ripped off the armor and put it into the Eververse to sell, because they're greedy and they know you're fucking stupid enough to buy it. And when I say you, I mean the people who are actually stupid enough to fucking buy it. This isn't just like memes and negativity shit. Like, oh, he's just being negative. Oh, he's just memeing. No, I'm being upfront. This system does not benefit any player whatsoever. Especially if you are actually someone who invests in the game by farming bright dust so that you can consume content without having to swipe your card. And anyone that wants to huff and puff and say, I've got so much bright dust, I don't know what to do. That's probably because you swipe your cards like a dumbass. Content creators, aka walking advertisers. I call every content creator this. Yeah, because they get paid by Bungie. People think that Bungie giving them a hard check or getting straight cash is Bungie paying them. Bungie pays them via view direction, subs, bits, giving them first-hand access to information and content that other people are going to gravitate to, which then drives up traffic and funds for their channel. There are long-term benefits along with just giving them straight up silver, right? That Bungie does to content creators. It's just this delusional, like, we're not shills, we don't get paid by Bungie. It's a lie. But it's not even about them. It's just about the people specifically who are trying to gaslight you, think that the system is for your benefit, and it's not. It could be, if done right, this could be great. But the ability to farm out bright dust is a fucking nightmare, and I'm glad that Divide called that shit out. I'm glad they called that shit out, and they did not allow that to continue on. But anyways, I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more. As always, I'll see you in the next video.